My friends, this is Teresa Louise. Welcome to my channel. And today I am going to work on my blocks for the petunias from the Sew Sampler quilt. And I thought I'd just come on and hopefully maybe give you some pointers, some tips, that kind of stuff. I'm just going to check and make sure my live is going correctly. I didn't schedule this, so pre-schedule it. Looks like I'm on. And let's see. Hi, Robin. Hi, Tess. How you doing? And Laura. Hello. Hi, Kim. Can everybody hear me okay? And see me all right? Great. Let's see, we have 5 people. Yeah, everything's good? Great. Hi, Joe. How's everything up north? Boy, it is smoky here today, I'll tell you. I mean, I can't even have the doors open here today because the smoke just comes in. My voice is a little raspy. I apologize for that. But the smoke is just terrible. Kim is having something to eat. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Robin. I'm just going to grab my water. I'm having water today. Hi, Nancy. Yeah, super smoky. I think, what was it, probably about 5 days ago or so, we had that thunderstorm, and I think it started some new fires. Ooh, that sounds good. Robin is cutting some watermelon. I wish I could get good watermelon and cantaloupe here. Hi, Tiffany. Oh, Nancy went for a 5-hour motorcycle ride today. Wow, that's awesome. That would be fun. This weekend was our local town's Elk City Days. They have a little parade. They have a kiddie parade on Friday afternoon, and then the next day they have the big parade. I did record all that. It's almost 20-minute video, and I might upload it. I'm not sure. I might put it on Facebook. And yeah, it was kind of fun, but it was pretty hot out yesterday. We went and watched all of the activities. The area that we live in is pretty much an old logging community. I mean, actually, and so a lot of the activities they do are logging related. So, you know, chainsaws and hand saws and the axe toss and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun though. Oh no, Tiffany, don't get a headache. You got a lot to do this afternoon. I thought about taking a nap. I'm pretty tired today because Brandon and I were out pretty much all day yesterday. And, you know, it was smoky and hot and humid. And luckily there was quite a few canopies up. So we were able to get into the shade. So that was nice. Hi, Sue. Sue. Oh, she retracted her message. It was a lot of fun. Hi, Brenda. Yes, it was a lot of fun. And I took a bunch of little videos of the different activities, and I might just throw them up on the video, YouTube, you know, here and there. I don't know if you guys would be interested in seeing that kind of stuff or not. That's right, Tiffany. You have a lot of... I thought you had all that prepping done. So I think most of you know that Tiffany's Quilting Life is going to have a live this afternoon at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And she's going to do a quilt parade among other items, so should check that out. Oh, that prepping. Right. Okay. Oh, you didn't know? Yeah, so today at 5 o'clock, right now she's in Pacific Standard Time, so Laura is getting rain there, on and off for the past couple of weeks. We're supposed to be getting rain, I think it said Wednesday and Thursday, which I hope, because these fires have started back up, and we got, you know, that's why we got all the smoke. But, and then not to mention the fire that's over by Lewiston. Tiffany wants rain. Yeah, we're in a drought this year for sure. We're like 4 inches below our normal. Oh, okay. Sue White says she wanted to tell me that she loves the flour and alcohol mixture to prepare her quilts, to quilt on her brother's 1500, and it works wonderful. Great. That's great news. Yeah, I think it, and what I really like about it is it doesn't smell. A lot of your other products that you use, like a spray glue, I can't stand those, you know, and I have to take them outside to use them. And so, you know, this mixture, which is just flour and rubbing alcohol, and you can put salt in it. I'm not sure what the salt does. I don't put salt in mine, but and you use it to spray your batting and your top. There's a video on it. I don't want any of the rain. Oh, Tess says it's 95. That's over in Baker City, Oregon, where I used to live close to. Tess is an old friend of mine, although she's pretty young. But her and I are good friends. I'm so happy to see her here. Be sure and tell your mom I said hi. One of these days we'll be moving back over there. She says she has to chew the air. So everybody, please welcome Tess. I think this is her first time joining us live. And Tess, meet all my friends. My YouTube friends. They're great people. Hi from Alyssa. Hi. Hi, Terry. And everybody's saying hi to Tess. Oh, you kept missing me before? So everybody's welcoming her. That's great. Thanks, you guys. Yeah, I've known her for Ooh, how long have we known each other? A long time. Boy. Let's see. 2000. Since maybe 2005 or 2004, maybe? Yeah, long time. 13 years at least. Now, you guys probably don't know this about me, but I used to be a belly dancer. And I used to teach belly dancing, and it was a tribal style belly dancing, and so she was in, well, we danced together before, but then once I started teaching, her and her mom would come to my classes, and so yeah, we had a lot of fun, a lot of cute pictures. Oh, I'm 96 away from 1,000 subscribers. So I had a big rush there for a little bit, and appreciate everybody helping me out, try to get me to 1,000. And then maybe I can quit using these different programs to go live. Oh, well, thank you, Sue. Hope everybody welcomes you to the live chat. I try to go live on Sunday when I'm feeling up to it, and before Tiffany's Quilting Life comes on. So I'm getting a little bit of reaction from the belly dancing. Haven't done it for years. After my ATV accident, my back just really couldn't take it. Kathleen used to belly dance. Oh, cool. Yes, Kim, exactly, the back. I have a lot of people around here who would like me to start teaching it again, but I just don't know if my back will do it. It's really good exercise, though. Thank you, Laura. So is anybody else? Thank you, Brenda. Appreciate that. Yes, we need another round of sharing. I appreciate that. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, everybody, for sharing my videos and trying to help me get up to 1,000 subscribers. I never thought I would have more than 200. So I'm happy. Really, I am. I'm just going to keep trying different software programs that will allow me to live stream. So I'm thinking about trying this other one called StreamYard. It looks pretty easy. And you can invite other people on. This one you can't. But it definitely is working better than what I tried using before. Oh my God, she is now 16 years ago? Wow, Tess. Oh my word. I can't believe. I remember her little daughter, she was so cute. We put her in belly dance outfit, and she was on the float with us. We did a parade one year, and she looked so darn cute. I can't believe she's 20 years old now. Hi, Angela. Oh, I used to do water aerobics when I lived over in Sweet, Idaho. They had a heated swimming pool, and it was natural hot water, you know, warm springs thing. And they had a really nice sized swimming pool, and I used to go there and do water aerobics. That was really nice. I hope I haven't missed anybody else. So welcome everybody joining. So is anybody else doing the poinsettia quilt? Hi Paula. Pauline. Hi Pauline. Sorry about that. Besides me. We have a heated pool here too, but it's about, I think it's about, ooh boy, maybe 15 miles away. I've been there one time. My problem is I don't want to get out into the cold. I don't mind getting into the heated pool, but the getting out part, it's kind of like my nerve endings get overly, I don't know. It's kind of like all of a sudden, if I get that cold, it's like your feet fell asleep, but it's your whole body. That tingling feeling, all your nerves just go. Tess can't sew to save her life. She just came here for me. Well, thank you. But you are very artistic. This show is not just about quilting. I do other things here too. I do cross stitch. You know, I paint. I do my art quilt, and I do a lot of different crafts. So, and so does Tess. I saw some of your artwork on Facebook the other day. It was very pretty. Tiffany does the quilt dance. That's her workout. Yes, I am getting close to 1,000. I think Tiffany said I was 96 away. Oh, thank you, Nancy. Am I Mormon? No. No, not that there's anything wrong with that. But no, I'm not. Kim, I haven't done anything more on the cookie quilt since our last video. So, she's about the same. Oh, I need to get back on that, but I kind of got excited when I got this fabric. Hi, June. So I'm going to set this down since I have visited now for a while. So I got this fabric from Lala Boutique called Christmas Morning, and I was really happy and excited to get it. I have been wanting to get the fat quarter bundle. Pardon me. But we got a fat 8s bundle, which is enough to do this quilt. So I'm not doing the dark blue. So it's kind of strange that they would give you a quilt pattern that doesn't really look like Christmas when this is supposed to be her Christmas line. So I find that kind of strange. It should have been like a poinsettia instead of petunias. But I thought I would try it anyway. But I don't have any of the dark blue. I'm not going to be going to town anytime soon, and I wanted to give this a try. So instead, what I'm using is this polka dot, and this is kind of a very off-white, cream colored. The polka dots are kind of a gray brownish color. So I thought I would try that. And then what I found happened was that some of the fabrics are just kind of lost in it, right? Because a lot of the fabrics I got with this line were light. So you see it's pretty lost in there. But it looks really good with the darker one, darker colors. I think that looks all right. And then the gray one, I did one of the ones in the gray. The other reason why I picked the polka dot is a lot of the fabric in this line has polka dots. See? So there's polka dots throughout the line. So that's kind of a, you know, consistent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out all of the light colored, like one of the lights is this one. And that might have been a good background, but I definitely would not have had enough of it to do it. So I'm not going to make a flower out of this one. Let me put that down. And I'm not going to make the flowers out of this one. And I don't think I'll make it out of this one either, because those are both very light. And so I think the flowers would just get lost in there. Then I think this one, even though it's on the light side, I think that one and this one will be okay because they're more in the medium range. So I hope anyway. So because I'm taking those two light ones out, I'm hoping I have enough fabric, which I think I will. So you're going to have a lot of fabric left over. I've already cut out all of the fabrics I needed for the flowers, for the half flowers and the whole flowers. So I still have all of this fabric left after cutting out my flower pieces. So I think I will have enough to do, see, I still have this much left, so I think I will have enough to do 2 more of the half flowers using the whole flowers fabric, if that makes sense. Also, I'd like to make that pattern a little bit bigger because you know me, I'm like, go big or don't sew it. I better look at, see what the comments say. So that's what I've been working on the last couple of days. What have you guys been working on? Oh, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for sharing. I'm not sure why you asked me if I was Mormon or not, but that's kind of a weird question. Let's see. Everybody's saying hi to June. Laura enjoys yoga, meditation, and swimming. She loves it. You'd love the dotted fabric? Okay. Oh yeah, I'd much rather go swimming, or a hot tub would be awesome. I used to have a hot tub in Oregon. I loved it. Thank you, Kathleen, for the thumbs up. Okay, everybody likes the polka dot fabric for the background. Great. Yeah, I've been wanting to do a Christmas quilt for a while because, well, I just want one, you know. So I thought this was a great chance to get one done. Oh no, Angela and Kim don't know how to swim. Well, that's not good. Yeah, I'm moving along with it pretty well, but now I'm kind of stuck up about these other blocks. Nancy's making string blocks and she's going to donate them. Great. Robin's been working on a fall table runner. Kim's working on strips, or scraps, getting them cut into strips and squares. Laura's working on Dresden's. She's totally addicted to the Dresden plate. Angela's working on cross-stitch projects. She's taking a break from quilting. Oh, Nancy. No, she's making quilts. Okay. Oh, because I'm in Idaho. Okay. That makes sense. Brenda's working on a Teta Sitar jacket pattern. Oh, yes. I saw that earlier. I think you were over in Margaret's live this morning. I've been cleaning, shopping. Hi Mary Jane is making backing for Yvette's project quilt. Hi Jody. Jody's working on her mummy quilt. I know Tess is working on drawing with her glass pen and ink. I saw that on Facebook. That was really cool. You should do a Facebook video, so I can see it. Okay, I think I'm all caught up. Yes, Brenda was watching Margaret this morning. Well, I'm not doing housework. I decided it was Sunday and I needed one day of no housework. So, all right. So you're not doing this project, but is anybody planning on doing this project? So I really like their patterns. However, I do recommend that you read the whole pattern before you start and kind of get it straight in your brain how it's going to work. I'm not that great about working with patterns. I'm more of a visual girl. You know, I can usually look at a block and tear it down in my mind, you know, and work it out that way, rather than trying to read somebody's instructions. So I really have to look at it really closely, and then I have to make a lot of notes on it, which I've done. You know, I'm not supposed to show you the pattern, but I've wrote notes all over on this. So you have two different types of flowers. You have a half a flower here, then you have a whole flower. So half facing, whole facing. And one of them they call set 1, and the other one they call set 2. So of course I wrote on the side, you know, half flower, whole flower. And then down in their background and borders, I went and marked all of the background, which flower it goes to with. And so I think they could have done a little bit better about separating things out, and, you know, and being more consistent about saying this is set 1, this goes with set 2. It would have made it a lot easier, because in the background and borders section, they just kind of have it, you know, for everything, and they don't tell you which flower it goes with, so you have to figure that out. So to just make it easier on myself, I just go ahead and write it in there, which one it goes with. Also, if you're cutting these out, and all of the background fabric is the same whether you're doing the whole quilt or you're doing the table runners. So the same amount of flowers. It's the table runners, you know, you're cutting out for 3 of them. So if you want only 1 table runner, you're going to have to figure out what exactly you need from these instructions just to make 1 table runner, because the instructions are for making 3 table runners. I hope that makes sense. I'm not making the table runner, so I can't tell you. So I didn't figure it out for you. But the other thing, when you get ready to cut this out, make sure you cut your fat 8. So let's say this is a fat 8. Now I know I've already cut this, so it's not, but let's just pretend. When you cut it out, be sure, and like if it says it wants, let's say 3.5 by 2 inches, cut your 3.5 out. Let's say you need 6 of those. Cut it out 3.5, the whole piece, and then subcut it down the 2 inches, you know, that you need, if that makes sense. There's a couple of reasons why you might want to do it that way, is because if you cut this down to 2, you're not going to get all of the 3.5 inches out that you need. You're not going to get all of them, so you're going to have to cut another 2-inch strip to finish getting the 3.5, if that makes sense. You'll get more out of it if you cut it 3.5 and then do 2 inches. And I think that's one reason why I have quite a bit of fabric left, is I did it that way. So I will be able to get more flowers out of this fabric. So that's just a little tip from me. So what I do is I look at the pattern and I'm like, find out what my biggest measurement's going to be. Like on here, there's one measurement that's 8.5. So 8.5 by, you know, I can't tell you the other measurement. but it's less than 8.5. I'm going to need 12 of those. So is it better to cut out the 8.5 and then subcut it down? Or is it better to cut the smaller part and then cut it 8.5? So, you know, figure that out with your fabric, especially if you don't have very much, you know, background. The other tip I wanted to give you, there are a lot of little teeny squares. And these are what will go on your flower to make your flowers, right? So they say to draw your line, which I started out not drawing the line and just sew it. But then I made too many mistakes. I'm like, I'm just going to draw the line on there. So I drew the line, because what you want to do is when you sew this, so you put your square on the corner, like so, right? And when you're going to sew from corner to corner, when you do that, you're going to sew it right along the outside of the drawn line. So it's like not quite a quarter of an inch, but don't do it on the inside, on this part of the line. Do it on the outside of the line, just barely, right along the drawn line. And you'll get a much better result after you, I mean, you could even test it. Draw right on the line, or sew right on the line, versus sewing just off of the line, right along the line, on the outside of that. If you don't sew on the line. I think I beat that one to death. I hope that makes sense, what I'm trying to say. Oh, wow, I have 27 people here? Wow, great. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Let's see. Right, the pattern doesn't remind me either of Christmas. But here's the thing. Even the fabric really doesn't remind me of Christmas. The only pieces that remind me of Christmas is this one and this one. And really the rest of it could go with any other fabric, because there's this red polka dot one. I mean, that's not necessarily Christmas. There's this one. That's not Christmas. Not to me, anyway. Even this, her main fabric, this one. So maybe it's a modern take on Christmas. I mean, but you don't have to use this as Christmas fabric. This one also. It doesn't really look like Christmas. So I think they're really, out of what I have here, the only two that really look like Christmas are these two, right? So I'm planning on buying some yardage from this for borders. And if I really want it to be more Christmas, I might want to pick one of these two for those borders. If I'm just wanting these colors, it's not really a Christmas quilt, then I might be more inclined to either take this one really love this one. I love the colors in it. So I might do this one for the borders. So, and this also would be really nice for the back, or even this one for your back, for the back of the quilt. Might do that for the back. So yeah, I totally agree that the pattern isn't Christmas, and really most of the fabric in this line doesn't read Christmas to me, except for those two. It is very pretty. Hey Mary. Hi Joyce. Alright, I'm not really sure where we're at, because I think I talked quite a bit. Okay, over that. Oh, Angela designed and submitted another block to Creative Notions for their block contest. Awesome. I can't wait to see those. Right, I said that already. I didn't really like the blue background. If I might have gone like gray, but a lot of these fabrics have gray in them too, so that would have washed them all out. Enjoy your time with your grandson, Kathleen. Bye, Kathleen. Probably already gone. Oh, thank you, Nancy. I hope I explained the cutting well enough and not just confused everybody. But that really does help me, you know. Really look at what your measurements are, and you're going to try and get as much of the pieces that you want cut out from that piece of fabric, so you're still saving yourself some, you know. I hate just like, if, you know, I don't like cutting a 2.5-inch strip and only needing 3 pieces out of it, you know. So I try to be frugal, I guess. All right, Tiffany's still here, but she's setting up the area for later, making sure the lights are right. Oh, Mom's trying to get on now. Oh, that'd be cool. Love to have Sunny on here too. I agree, Angela. I feel like they missed the mark on that. But, you know, there's been a lot of crazy things this year. So, you know, maybe they had planned on a different Christmas fabric with a different pattern, and that fabric didn't come in, but they had all this fabric. And they had that pattern, you know, maybe that was really August, or I don't know. You know what I mean? Thank you, Mary. Let's see, that's where I learned how to sew my blocks like that. Thank you, June. Okay. So, you know, so I'm going to try to, let's see. Yes, Laura, wasting fabric has gotten very expensive, so I'm not into that. Hi, Mary. You are late. Where the heck have you been? Just had an accident in the kitchen. Oh no. Their golden, I'm going to say the golden retriever, just grabbed a slat of ribs. Well, you know what my dogs did yesterday? And I think it was Annie, because Willa has never done this in her life. Annie, the chocolate lab, got into the garbage. And it was all over the house. I was not happy. Yeah, usually if I'm buying fabric for a pattern, I always buy extra because, number one, I like to do a practice block. Now, a lot of times I'll do the practice block with different fabrics, you know. I do not like solids. I mean, I prefer not to sew with solid colors. I'm just not into them. I want, you know, my prints to have something in there in design, even if it reads a solid from a distance. So when you get these project boxes, a lot of times you get solid fabric. So I just save those for making practice blocks, especially if it's a very complicated block and I've never tried that technique before, then I will use practice fabric. Now, then you can save those, you know, and put all your practice blocks together for a donation quilt or something like that. If you use the same colorway, you know, then they're going to match. So also I use those for practicing free motion quilting. And then you can save those squares, you know, to go back on, and if you save them, if you like the pattern you made, and then you can, you know, go back and look at them and use them again. Can't think of what I'm trying to say, dang it. I hate it when that happens. How did I get, hi Shirley, how did I get into quilting? All right. It's kind of a long story. So, you know, I have fibromyalgia, and after my ATV accident, it put me into like a flare-up, and I just kept getting worse, you know, worse. That was like in 2007, my accident, and I continued to work until 2012, and then, you know, like I said, it just continually got worse. My back, I couldn't walk hardly. I wasn't getting the rest I needed, so the fibromyalgia just kept getting worse and worse and worse. I'd work through the week, and then I'd just be so burnt out and tired that I'd just sleep all weekend. And so I went to part-time, and eventually, so I was like part-time for a couple of years, but that still wasn't working. And so eventually I just had to quit working. And then I was in bed for like 3 or 4 months, and I couldn't hardly walk. My feet hurt so bad, I couldn't walk on my feet. So I just started watching YouTube and different stuff in the bedroom, and it just happened along Jenny Doan from Missouri Star Quilt Company, and I started watching her make quilts, and she was using pre-cuts, and I thought, well, I can do that someday when I can get out of bed, if I ever get out of bed. And so I just kept watching her, and I did have fabric, and I had a sewing machine and stuff, and I used to make like aprons and just little projects, purses, bags, stuff like that. You know, I never thought about making a quilt. Well, sort of, kind of, I thought. I had a friend, or have a friend in Richland, who makes quilts. And so she's the one that started getting me into buying fabric. Anyway, so as time went on, I started feeling a little better. And I'm talking, you know, a couple of years after that. So I just started buying pre-cuts fabrics, and watching Jenny's videos, and started sewing, making quilts. And I guess one thing I could say for a new beginner is get yourself some pre-cuts. It's really much easier if it's already cut. That's one less thing that you have to worry about. And you do have to be pretty precise when you're cutting your own fabric. So just get some pre-cuts, and charm packs are awesome because they're already 5 inches, and just sew those all together and teach you how to do your 1/4 inch seam. And then you can also easily quilt that yourself, either, you know, or tying it, but it'll give you a lot of practice with your 1/4 inch seam, and you won't have any stress, you know, reading a pattern and doing all that stuff. And I bought my pre-cuts charm packs off of eBay, and I was getting them, and they were Moda. And at that time, I was getting them for like $4 for a charm pack. So when you do that, I mean, I don't know what they are nowadays because I haven't bought it for a long time. Just want to make sure and check, make sure that the person has a good reputation. And I always left, like the gal I bought from, I always left her really good feedback because they were exactly what she said they were. Now, they are older lines, but there's nothing wrong with that, you know. They're not like dried out and you can't use them. They're not that old. So sewing helped me kind of get back into doing something, you know, and I can sit down and sew. I can sew when I'm tired. I mean, I've had fibromyalgia long enough to know when my cutoff point is, you know, because sewing can tire me out too. I don't know, there's just a lot of flexibility with it, and it helps me with my creative side for sure. So that was a long story on that's how I got started. I'm blaming Jenny. But and she has a lot of fantastic videos, easy to follow. And even if you don't have pre-cuts and you want to cut yourself, you can still cut them into pre-cut sizes and follow along on her videos. A lot of people don't like plain fabric either. Yeah, I have never paid $10 for a charm pack, and I'm not going to. So, to me, that's just too expensive. Well, I guess I wouldn't say I'm not going to. if I really, really want that fabric bad enough, and that's the best price I can find it at, then I might buy it. But when I was buying them off eBay, you know, like I said, $4 to about $7.50, and then I built a rapport with the person who was selling them, and she would just hold on to them for me until I got like 10 that I wanted, and then she would combine the postage, you know, so it wasn't that expensive, and just mail them all at the same time. I know. I have friends that don't have any hobbies either, and I don't understand it. Or even my sister. She doesn't have very many hobbies. I'm trying to get her into sewing. I've been sending her stuff, so hopefully she starts sewing. But I'm like, well, what do you do all day if you don't have some sort of hobby? Yeah, I like to buy at least a yard. The only time I buy pre-cuts now is if they're on sale. And I mean, they got to be under $25, you know. So like a jelly roll has to be under $25. And, you know, several years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, you could get them real cheap from Missouri Star Quilt Company, and yeah, everything's gone up. So but I do notice that every now and then they still have it under $25. So I started buying like 1-yard cuts because in Oregon, my local quilt shop that was in Halfway, Oregon, they're not there anymore. They would do 1-yard cut sales, and it was like $6 a yard, and so I bought those. So I have a lot of 1-yard cuts, and I figured I can always make an apron with a 1-yard cut. So that was the yardage I started out with. Now, if I really, really like the fabric, I'll buy 3 yards. And if I really like the fabric and want it for background or backing, I will buy at least 5 yards. But I do that on sale, you know, make sure that fabric's on sale first. Oh my goodness. Angela dropped her cross-stitch needle, but she found it. Ooh, that would not feel good in the foot. Well, I'm not getting much sewing done. Looks like I am getting a lot of visiting done. Let's see. Yeah, I need to order some more batting too. I have to start looking around for the best price. And when I buy batting, I buy the whole roll. Yeah, there is such thing as too many hobbies. That's me too, Mary. I have way too many hobbies. If you keep watching Missouri Star Quilt Company, their website, and look at their daily deal, you can get the pre-cuts for under $30. And sometimes on the Fat Quarter Shop too, there'll be a jelly roll will be like 24 or 22. You just have to, you know, keep looking every day. Laura's going to make a red and black quilt with leftovers. Hi, Kay. You didn't get notified. Well, did you ring the little bell? I like to have a little bit of different things to do because, you know, if I get bored with the sewing, then maybe I'll do some cross stitch, and a lot of times I do cross stitch in the evening downstairs watching TV with hubby, and that way the sewing machine's not on and bugging him. Oh boy, Angela, yeah, I'm glad you or your son didn't find that needle with your foot. Of course she rang the bell. Well, I don't know why you didn't get notified. Huh. Shirley has fibromyalgia too for about 30 years now. Yeah, I actually thought at one point when I was at my lowest with the fibromyalgia that my husband should put me in a nursing home because I really just could not do anything. And it hurt, you know, to walk. And I really just thought that's where I need to go because I, you know, had no energy to take a bath, a shower, make dinner, do the laundry. I did find somebody to come and do some housekeeping for me, which really helped. And I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia in, I think it was in 98 or 99, but I was very functional for a lot of years with it. You know, I'd get tired and kind of achy, but nothing like I did in 2012. And it was, I think it was a combination of the ATV accident that I had, and then I had surgery on my shoulder, which put me in another flare-up. And so it just kept, you know, dominoing. And the biggest problem was not being able to stop and rest, you know, because you're working, you got to go to work, and so you just keep going, and that is like the worst thing you can do. But sometimes you have no choice, you know, you got to go to work. I just couldn't do it no more, so I just called Win one day and said, I will not be there. And I doubt that I will be back. So, actually, I had my husband take me down there and tell him face to face, you know, but I wanted to just call. So, I feel for you, Shirley. Yeah, I used a little scooter chair for a while, especially when I was outside, so I could get around, because I loved to garden and all that, and I couldn't do it, so I used my mother-in-law's scooter chair, because she wasn't using it. And it was really neat, because I could go from one end of the yard to the other, just, you know, and I could put my little bucket of tools on there, and it really helped. My husband thought it was pretty funny, but all right. Bye, Tess. Really good to see you. Yeah, I'm glad I'm better too. I mean, I have my days, but um, it doesn't hurt to walk on my feet like it used to, so that's good. Plus, I have a lot of bone spurring. My bones do the spur thing. So, like on my fingers, I get these little bumps right um, at the joint. And boy, I'll tell you, when they get inflamed, this one's really bad on this side too. And they're like bone spurs. And my back does the same thing, my neck. And it's painful. I need a nap too, Kim. Oh, I see. Yeah, I think this fibromyalgia thing has been around a lot longer than we think, because I can remember my grandmother or my great grandmother always wanting to have a blanket on her lap, and even when it was really warm and everybody else was comfortable, she was always cold and or tired, or you know. So I think they used to call it arthritis, you know, but when really it's fibromyalgia or chronic fatigue syndrome. I was diagnosed with that years ago, back in like 80, 89, I think, or later, that I had chronic fatigue syndrome. And could have been fibro. I don't know. Or I could have both. I don't know. I just know you kind of learn what to do, what's best for yourself. Um, and luckily, you're lucky enough not to have to go to work, or you have an employer who is flexible with your schedule, or maybe you can do some of your work at home. Or maybe you have some time saved up where, you know, you can take some time off from work, slowly get back into it. It's not easy. I mean, and everybody is so different. I read so much about it. And so then I would try that, and then I would go try this. And, you know, I've tried acupuncture, massage therapy, and swimming, and hot tubs, and hot bath, and, you know, my own massage therapy. I have my own oil that I use, and that really helps. And it has lavender in it, so it's kind of calming. But I think you just have to keep trying different things until you find what works for you and what doesn't, what makes it worse, what makes it better. And there could be some foods that make it worse. I found out that I'm allergic to eggs, and if I eat an egg, I'm out. You know, my whole body hurts really bad, and all I want to do is go to bed. So, and I figured that out on my own, which is really odd. So I have felt better actually since I quit eating eggs. It is nice to have online friends. All right, well, you guys, I think, oh, that sounds nice. I might have to check that out, Laura. CBD bath bombs. Oh, yes, they do, Cam. I gotta go to the grocery store before 4 o'clock. That's when they close. I need to get some stuff for dinner. You know, I appreciate everybody's kind words and everything. I'm okay. Don't worry. I'm okay. Everybody has something, that they are dealing with. I'm happy I have both arms and both legs. I'm happy I can still walk up the stairs and down. Sometimes I have to do a crab walk up the stairs because my back is hurting. But I can still do it. I have difficulty getting up off the floor sometimes, but I can still do it. So you start enjoying the little things, too, like being able to go for a walk. Even if you can't walk as far as you used to, you could walk a little ways and just enjoy being outside. So you just learn a different way of life. And it was really hard for me because I was used to working. I have worked since I was, 11, 12 years old. I have worked. And I have not had any time off from 11 until, 2012 when I quit. And so I did not like the idea of not going to work. I felt like I was lazy, gonna be lazy, and I don't know, so it was a struggle to get used to it, a real struggle. And I did go to counseling when I quit working. I was actually going before then because I was trying to come to grips with the fact that I had to quit working. And that was the hardest thing for me. I just never thought I would not be going to work. And so the counselor helped me get through all that. And it is kind of like it sounds crazy, like, why wouldn't you not want to go to work? Well, I wasn't raised that way. We worked hard. You work hard all your life, right? So I think that was my biggest challenge. And I want to say at least 3 years of going through withdrawals of not working and trying to reimagine your life, right? Reimagine your life. And that's where crafting can come in. Things that you enjoyed part-time, you can I guess what I'm saying is that's what I did, was I tried to focus my energies, whatever energy I had, into crafts, things that I could do, and that brought me joy, right? That's what we got to do. Yes, I would say I'm medically retired. Yes, I did. Hi, Diane. Hi, Teresa. So, I guess what I'm saying is I know it's hard when you're used to doing certain things, being a certain way all your life, I've had 3 to 4 jobs at one time, just trying to make the money, right? So when you stop doing things that you normally do, and you feel like it's been taken away from you. That's it. That's it right there. I felt like my life was taken away from me, and my normal life. And so I had to get it in my head that no, your life is just different. And I'm talking about, you know, fibromyalgia or chronic fatigue syndrome, or, you know, even cancer, or these diseases that draw us down, fatigue us, keep us in pain, that we're not able to do the things that we used to be able to do, you know. Being able to finally reimagine your life and know that that's okay. That life is okay, you know. Boy, I'm really getting into it, aren't I? So, I didn't mean to go into all of that. I'm sorry. But I hope that my words help somebody out there. If anybody's watching this later and you have a chronic disorder that prevents you from being able to do the things that you used to do, there's still hope. Find something that you can do now and enjoy it. And, you know, it may take you a while to find something that you really enjoy doing, you know. Try sewing. Come on in, the water's fine. Well, that's kind of me too, Teresa. I didn't really want to quit either, but I just had to, you know. I was no good at work anymore. Because I also had brain fog so bad, you know, that I wasn't even really able to do my job. And that was not fair to them. So, very true, Kim, and well said. Thank you. What do I got? Ooh. All right. Well, I love you guys. Oh, and hey, do I have 33 people in here? That is a record. Thank you so much for joining me. That's right, Teresa. Sometimes our body just doesn't give us the choices. You know, well, I'll save the rest of my conversation for another time. But yeah, I'm just glad you are all here with me today. And I am going to get off here so I can go to the grocery store and take care of some things before Tiffany comes on. Well, thank you, Brenda. Bye to all. God bless you guys too. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Angela. Blessings to all of you guys, and prayers for everybody who needs them. Well, just prayers all the time anyway. Right? Okay. All right. I'll get off of here. Love you guys. I'll see you next Sunday, okay? Let's see if I can get this turned off. Okay. Hey, guess what? It says end right up there. Okay. Bye-bye.